So we're just going to give you a company overview, which businesses are eligible, how does the ERC process work, most relevant industries for ERC, and why partner with us, as well as ending on the commission structure and how to get started. Cool? Awesome. That being said, company overview, we're a business consulting service created by business owners for business owners to take advantage of various forms of government aid. We specialize in helping businesses claim their employee retention credit. It's also referred to as ERTC, Employee Retention Tax Credit, right? And so the ERTC is part of the 2021 March American Rescue Plan that actually was passed by Donald Trump when he was in office, and then later got revised in March of 2021 by Biden. Before, you wouldn't be able to claim your PPP and ERC. Remember, PPP was a loan that was given to business owners during the pandemic in order to give them a stimulus package to pay off workers that were not able to pay because the business had cash flow issues, right? So at the time that this law was passed, you couldn't get both your ERC and your PPP. So as of March 2021, because nobody was claiming their ERC, because really nobody qualified, right? They changed the law, and then it opened the floodgates. And that's how you saw a lot of these ERC companies come about, right? But a lot of these ERC companies don't have a lot of background in processing. They just kind of saw the opportunity. They were the first to market. They had a lot of money from investors to hit the market fast, right? So with me, Raj, and Daniel's background, I built a 9-figure company I was part of. I was a top producer. I built a sales team for FortuneBuilders.com. It was over 100 salespeople and over 250 coaches. So it's a lot of the same processing power that you need to scale up what we do inside of ERC. As well as Raj has a background as a developer. And so he was able to create a lot of technology and solve problems that were using human labor and human resource management, right, to be able to process these claims. Now, a lot of these ERC companies are able to do billions and billions of dollars with the old way, and there's no problem with that. But now they have tens of thousands of affiliates and referral partners, and their systems are just becoming clogged, right? They also don't have a custodial gateway in process and in place, what we'll talk about here in a moment on a later slide, that we're able to actually have a third-party bank account set up in the client's name, where we, with power of attorney, have the legitimacy to have the money land there. Now, it's actually the best thing for the business owner because, as you know, as you guys are business owners, the IRS is notorious for being disorganized, right? So they will send checks all over to old addresses. And it's not just one check with ERC, guys. It's 6 checks. It's 6 quarters, right? So you're just having to have all these checks. And so you, as an affiliate for some of the other top companies that have done billions of dollars, they may have done more than us up until this point, but we are estimating that we will be able to surpass them, if not get to their level by the end of the program, simply because we spent so much time, months and months, and lots of money and energy to create systems and automation and process that's designed around pulling financial documents straight from their browser, right, into a pivot table ready for a financial expert to be able to process a claim lightning fast, right? Whereas a lot of these companies are having to take data, hire data entry people, hire lots of CPAs, and have a lot of manpower. That's not to say that they can't get your claims done. It's just they're not able to really, really prioritize your claims because their systems are constantly clogged, right? As you guys know, as marketers, you just have a lead opt-in, and just imagine tens of thousands of lead opt-ins every day. There's not enough people to be able to call those leads to be able to then start collecting docs. So what they do is hope that the affiliate will push the person to actually get their docs in. So what we did was, with my background, I built a 9-figure sales company. I was the top producer there. I was the youngest guy in the company and became a leader by the end of the time that I was there. And so it was a fast growing startup. So I got to see all the inner workings. It was not a corporate company. I got to see how the hiring worked, how the processing power worked. There was a lot of processing power needed in that 9-figure company for that coaching company, right? And it's because we were helping people flip houses and real estate. There's a lot of financial processing in that scalability, right? So I was able to lend those experiences that we'll talk about here that gave us a competitive advantage, and why we've been able to do 1.1 billion in such a short time frame. That being said, the IRS anticipates 70 to 80% of businesses are good candidates for claiming ERC. And what it really is, guys, it's a refund on wages that were paid during the pandemic. So it's not some handout. So when you talk to a business owner, like, listen, I don't want the handout. I did well. My revenue increased. Actually, we're processing a lot of businesses that revenue increase because it's not about a program about revenue. This is not the employee revenue program. This is employee retention credit. What does that mean? It's a credit for retaining your employees. So whether your revenue increase or decrease, that is only one qualifying factor. The other qualifying factor is operational interruption. So if you had a reduction in capacity, a reduction in hours, an inability to sell services, you had to close your showrooms as a car dealership, you couldn't manufacture products, you couldn't actually get your wholesale products into retail stores because the San Francisco harbor was closed down for products in China, right? So pretty much every industry that sells physical products has a storefront that has brick and mortar, pretty much qualifies for this, right? So if you know brick and mortar businesses in your neighborhood, you know small businesses that have W-2 employees, this is specific to W-2 employees, not 1099. Now, that's not to say that if they have 1099 and W-2 that you can get them that. Does that make sense so far? Can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys are understanding this, if you want me to slow down? I'm pretty fast. My brain is like a supercomputer and sometimes it can overwhelm people. So please let me know if you need me to slow down and you need me to kind of answer any questions along the way. I'm also able to answer questions at the end. Cool.
And also, guys,
awesome.
why they've crushed it so hard, so fast, like you said, doing about $1 billion already, is because they also went through the entire ERC like checkpoints, because a lot of people disqualify a business when they actually should have been qualified. So I'm sure you're going to go more into that, Johnny, about all the specific things, but that's what really blew my mind. I was like, what is the difference between you and everybody else that's trying to run an ERC program right now?
Yeah, definitely. And there's some proprietary stuff that we don't go too much into detail, but we're able to pull ordinances from every zip code in the country to be able to pull into what was in the government ordinance shutdown suspension that then qualified that specific business. So that's why our claims are so accurate, is because we're able to maximize business owners' credit without exposing them to risk, because we're getting them to have this information in their filing, whereas most other companies are just generating the calculation based on simple mathematics and not really taking into account. Not to say I'm not here to talk down about any other company, right? I would never do that, because it's really about having the integrity of doing things the right way. We're mission-driven entrepreneurs. We put people first and profit second. We're all impact-driven. A percentage of profits go to my foundation that actually builds schools and water wells. I have 100%. There's no profit coming into that. That's not some weird foundation where I'm using it for investment vehicle. It's literally building schools and water wells. There's zero. We're on Charity Watch and CharityWatch.net, which rates nonprofits. Our nonprofits in the 99th percentile, because all the money goes straight to projects. It doesn't go to payroll. It doesn't go to anything. It's a complete foundation. So a percentage of those profits go to our foundation that I started years ago, where we built 5 schools and 2 water wells in Africa, Malawi, Guatemala, Senegal, 2 in Nepal. And then we have 2 water wells in Dominican Republic. And our goal is to build hundreds of projects with our joint venture partners. We just got a commitment from Jared Getz, who's a huge internet marketer, as well as someone who's breaking into the software space. He has 700,000 users on his platform for a Shopify tool widget. And he wants to build 25 schools with us and make $10 million in commission with ERC this year. So super excited to not only make a difference in these business lives with you guys, but also know that anytime you guys bring us business, you're building schools and water wells and helping mental health and a lot of other projects that are important to our founders. Cool. That being said, we'll jump in right here. So guys, even if you had a business that did not have revenue reductions, as said earlier, you could still qualify for ERC. What does that mean? Well, there's partial or full suspension of your operations. That's one way to qualify. You could have had a change in your business hours. You could have had a disruption in business or reduction in services offered. You could have had a shutdown of supply chain or vendors, right? Restaurants couldn't get chicken. Restaurants couldn't get steak. They couldn't get soap. They couldn't get toilet paper, right? Suppliers were unable to make deliveries of goods and services. So a lot of manufacturers, a lot of construction companies couldn't get rebar and couldn't get lumber to the sites to build commercial properties. So a lot of commercial properties were paying these construction workers and these trucking companies to deliver products for services that were never rendered. They just had standby on all these construction projects. So imagine how many people were building because the market was doing so well, right? They were building all these projects only to pay all these W-2 employees not to be able to fulfill on a project and turn a profit, right? So even construction companies, guys, had some of their best years ever because there was so much demand. All the small guys had to close down, right? Because they couldn't deal with the supply chain interruptions, and all the big guys and the medium-sized guys took over the whole market, right? So just realize that even if you had a revenue increase, some construction companies that we've processed, they were like, well, we don't qualify. Our CFO tells us we don't qualify. I'm like, great. Your CFO is great for managing finances and being able to help you really structure your bottom line and all that, but they don't specialize in tax credits. They don't specialize in getting you money back from the IRS. And that's where we come in. We are experts in specialized knowledge. We're able to get this credit for a lot of CFOs and COOs that don't understand the power of this credit and how you can get it even if you had a revenue increase. Does that make sense, everyone? Can I get a 1 in the chat so I know what you're picking up what I'm putting down? Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We got Raj, Andrew, Tawny. Thank you, Jensen. Awesome. You guys are doing beautiful. You're doing great. Moving on here. I'm speeding up because, you know, I didn't have integrity, so I'm recommitting with my speed. The key to question to ask is, due to government order of partial or full suspension, was a business not able to continue its activities in a comparable manner pre-COVID, right? Look at pre-COVID levels, post-COVID levels. Like, were they able to actually, you know, not have a revenue decrease, but did it have a 10% or more operational impact on their business operations? Meaning they could have been a car dealership and had an increase in sales because the supply was low and demand was high, right? And so they were able to charge more and increase price, basic macroeconomics, right? Just because the macroeconomics turned out that they had a higher revenue doesn't mean they didn't qualify because they had a supply chain interruption. What would have happened if they would have been able to open their showrooms and sell more cars? They would have actually made more money. So it's not about the money that they lost. It's about the operational impact of money, of the opportunity cost, right? It's all about the opportunity cost of what they could have made if their business didn't have an impact in the sense of a huge supply chain interruption. So this is, guys, this is a 208-page legislation, and it's a one-time legislation. How many times? A one-time legislation. So what does that mean? CPAs are not going to read a 208-page legislation to understand something that's very complex, put their CPA license on the line to be able to get their credit. And CPAs, because they go to school to have, they go to a technical school to be able to get their CPA license, and they're really worried and have these EOA insurances. They don't want to lose their CPA license, and they can't actually make a commission like we can because we use attorneys, because we're positioned as a consulting service, not as a CPA firm. We're able to really understand the specialized knowledge required to process this claim to get the highest amount of credit, 7% higher than the national average of the top firms, even 7% higher than PricewaterhouseCoopers and McKinsey. Guys, if McKinsey is doing this, that gives it all credibility in the space. We have the biggest Big Four firms doing this, right? So, and they are the ones who are saying that local CPAs don't know what they're talking about. We're not even saying that, right? Local CPAs don't go to school for tax credits. They go to school to protect their license, just like doctors protect their license. No offense. I wanted to be a doctor growing up, but once I figured out you were just giving prescription drugs, I just spent a week in Cartagena with Joe Dispenza, and I saw people reverse disease. I saw people walk again out of a wheelchair, right? Just meditating and bringing good energy to the body. Nothing against Western science, but thought alone and belief and emotions and rewiring your subconscious completely revolutionized a whole industry of medical, right? So just like doctors are worried about losing their license, they have to give you the prescription. Just like CPAs, that's the best analogy I can give you. CPAs don't want to lose their license, so they don't have they don't want to put this skin in the game to be able to help these business owners. That's why we need you guys, because if I'm cold calling your people, who are they going to trust? Me with the financial documents when I don't know you're a business owner that you know, or you who has built this relationship, this rapport, this connection with them on social media over the years, over the months, even the days where they trust you, they know, like, and trust you because they follow your content, they see you're a good human, they know you're not going to give them something that's not fully vetted, right? So that's where you guys come in. We need you to help these business owners. Every one of these business owners is my mom, is my dad who got downskilled in his retirement, who worked 40 years and battled cancer and diabetes and all kinds of inflammation in his body to build his hotels and his restaurants, only to have all of it get crushed during COVID. You don't know the amazing impact you're able to make. How many people are crying when they receive their refund because they're able to not have to get a divorce because the financial impact is causing stress in their relationship, because they're able to pay for surgeries that they couldn't normally have, because they could hire more employees and expand to new locations. So guys, you matter so much. That's why I put so much passion and sincerity and love and And I just want you guys to be able to help these people because we're creating such an impact. Literally, money was pulled out of these business owners' pockets and they were left rendered useless. Their business had to get shut down, scaled down, and you guys get to make such a huge impact. So I thank you. It's an honor to be on this call with you. It's a gift. It's a pleasure. I want to support you in helping these business owners. Cool. That being said, how does the process work? Let's get right into the brass tacks. No more ranting, Johnny. Lead generation. Identify prospective clients. That's the first step. What's the first step? Lead generation. Identify the prospective clients, share the ERC opportunity and the contract, right? Second step, client success. Onboard the client to ERC together and start their ERC journey. Number 3 is where we do the data modeling and quality review. We prepare the client data package, right? And then number 4, we have a client confirmation and sign off, client attestation, and 941X sign off. What is a 941? A 941 is a federal document that summarizes the wages paid, the medical costs, etc. of each employee, right? It's a federal document that you have to file every year to the IRS, and an X means it's amended. So all a 941X is an amendment to your 941s that you already filed, guys. So when someone says, hey, is this fraudulent? Is this like PPP where the government's going to come after me? Not at all, guys. PPP was, you could create fraudulence in PPP because the nature of the program is you could create fake shell companies and run loans through them overnight. Right? With ERC, this is a refund on wages paid to W-2 employees that were already paid in the years previous. All you're doing as a business owner is raising your hand and saying, hey, I have a qualifying factor for ERC that allows me to get this credit and I overpaid on my wages. Can I please amend my 941 and create a 941X? This has existed from the history of time of the 941. You could always amend your 941Xs. We're not doing anything illegal. We're not doing anything shady. We're not doing anything weird. This is not a handout. This is not a loan. This is money the business owner does not have to pay back. And the only reason that after 2 years, they still don't know about this is because CPAs cannot make a commission. So it's a lot of work. It takes an hour per employee, unless you have our software, unless you have our technology that Raj was able to create, build, and bring in-house, right? Unless you have that work and shorten that gap, you can't provide an amazing service to these clients. So the CPAs don't even want to do it because they have to hire so many people. They have all this operational drag they have to take on to serve these clients. So in fact, our best referral partners are actually CPAs, payroll companies, and softwares. So a lot of people actually white label us. You just don't know it. Right? They're using they have ads they're running on Google, on Facebook ads, on YouTube, right? And their payroll software is we're an API integration inside of them, seamless. You won't even know it's us. It's like ADP and it's just ADP. They don't tell you that it's us, right? So it's those partnerships are actually the best. So I love CPAs when they're entrepreneurial focused, when they care about their clients, when they want to help their clients get back money and not be so rigid and conservative. Okay. That being said, once we have the client close out and submit to the IRS, we'll have a 941 filed and refund tracking for you in real time. Awesome. That being said, this is how our beautiful development of our pipeline stages that took lots of money, time, energy, and money, and just countless hours of sleepless nights with Raj and our development team. So thank you. Let's all say thank you, Raj, in the chat, right, for putting together the best process in ERC known to man. Right. And what we love about this is that we never expose the client's information to you, the affiliate, or the business owner. That's the first thing. We want to have client protection. A lot of these ERC companies are using non-encrypted processes where it's just like loose jot forms that are just everywhere. Right. Guys, I'm not saying anything bad about other companies. And at the same time, that is completely illegal and non-compliant. You cannot do that with financial documents. You can't just have financial documents floating around on the back end of your company, not encrypted, not protected. We have a fully encrypted technological advancement around not only seeing the pipeline stages of real time without exposing the client's name or information, but every client has a unique ref URL tied to their account where they can pick up where they left off. It's kind of like a video game where you save, like you're playing Legend of Zelda on N64 and you can pick up where you left off, right? And at any time, the business owner can upload the 8 docs. We also have an amazing process where you can see the UID. You get the email automation, to my knowledge, Raj. We have email automations, correct, that go out to the referral partner that's tied back to the business owner that submitted. And then they can also follow this in real time. So they never have to contact us. Guys, a huge bottleneck in the industry is having to contact the ERC processing company about where your leads are at in the process. With this process in real time, you can not only see the pipeline stage, you could see what documents are actually missing, so that in the event that you want to support your client, your beautiful business owner that you're bringing us, you're able to step in and say, hey, how can I support you with getting your 941s in Q3 of 2020? I see that you haven't got those in. How can I support you? And even more so, guys, we took it above and beyond. And Raj, is that correct that they get the ref URL to the affiliate or referral partner rather, that they could see it in real time? Yeah.
Correct.
Awesome. So can we get transparency in the chat, guys? We are the most transparent ERC company. And can we get efficient in the chat? We are the most transparent and we are the most efficient, right? Because what is efficiency? When you have a lot of communication, you have a lot of communication breakdowns. Hey, I submitted 10 claims through Facebook ads. And guys, when you're doing ads like Chance is going to do, he's going to be running ads. We don't have time to not have these efficiencies. We don't have time to have these communication breakdowns where we have to have all these communication protocols to be able to see where you guys are at any point in time. How cool is it that you could see where your leads are at? You could support your leads, and you can know that we have your back and they can pick up where they're left off. So they don't have to go into some email, lose it to spam folder, right? Lose the login, right? These are all the problems that we created the developments from. Because before I launched this ERC company with Raj and built this up to this point, I worked with all the top firms. Remember, I'm in the business of building call centers and sales teams for the past 10 years. I've done hundreds of millions of dollars online by just going to really good offers like this and scaling out sales teams. And the problem that everybody had was the communication of bringing other affiliates in my kickback, right? I wanted to bring on multiple affiliates that I could get kickbacks off of. And all I got was these communication inefficiencies where I became the bottleneck and they're asking you all these questions. No. Like, we are going to allow you to make the most money possible because we practice scalability and efficiency. Guys, how you do anything is how you do everything. How we communicate with our affiliates and let you know where we're at in the process with these very expensive technological developments that we've created. We took into mind and consideration you helping the most amount of people, making the most impact and making the most income. It's all about impact, and you can't make impact, you can't make income if you're inefficient. You with me? Sound good? Awesome. Very good. That being said, we took it even a step further because we're overachievers and we really want to help people and put people first and profit second. And we created how to step-by-step SOPs, screenshots, SOP manuals of every single payroll software. Can we get in the chat every payroll software? Can we just get payroll software in the chat? And guys, the more you repeat, the more you remember, right? Your memory is a reflection of how you rehearse things. You have to rehearse the thoughts in order to then imprint on your subconscious mind that can then impact your unconscious habits of taking action. You're more likely to take action when you understand the emotions around how good this process is. You with me? Okay. And guys, we are committed to creating a 10-star experience. And what that means is these people feel so like we love on them so much. We're there above and beyond. Guys, business owners are good at selling and making food at a restaurant. What they're not good at, what we found, is uploading docs, learning payroll softwares. Like, how can we expect, they're not payroll software geniuses. We can't expect our business owners to learn payroll software and how to gather their docs. Can we be honest with ourselves that as business owners, a lot of times, if we're not extremely organized, we're probably really good with people, right? We're very, very good with people, but maybe we have some sort of breakthroughs that we need with organization. That being said, guys, we made it just grandma proof. Can we say grandma proof in the chat? Grandma proof, what does that mean? If an 80-year-old grandma can do it, it's a system, right? You have to be able to put it through the grandma test. If a grandma can't go through this claims process, it's just not that good. And I have nothing negative to say about other companies, but please try out the other companies. I want you to have the certainty that when you work with us, we're the very best. And I would never want to try to put anyone else down, but I'd rather you just see the proof is in the pudding. Go through the process. You will see other companies don't even compare. They don't create these experiences. They're just trying to capitalize on a very lucrative offer, and they're trying to get the most meat on the bone, and they don't care about your leads. And I know this because I brought hundreds and hundreds of affiliates to the other companies before we built this. Okay, so I based all these systems. I said, Raj, we need to solve these breakdowns. We need to become the best offer in the space because we need to be able to take over the entire marketplace with just being committed to actually caring. It's so amazing when you actually just care about your clients and you're not just chasing the money. It's incredible how simple building an SOP for every payroll software, if you just sit down and get in the attention and just meditate about actually caring. It's incredible. Okay. That being said, what are the most relevant for the ERCs? I want everyone to screenshot this. I want you to put it on your background of your computer, the background of your phone, and I want you to start priming your reticular activating system. What is your reticular activating system? It is the filter by which the people, places, and ideas reveal itself. If you prime your brain, like Tony Robbins, like Ed Mylett says, if you prime your brain to be in the awareness through linguistics, right? You linguistically program words. Gyms, healthcares, hotels, moving companies, restaurants, retailers, senior living and retirement communities, sports facilities, cannabis, franchisees, electricians, food and beverage wholesalers, dry cleaners, contractors and construction companies, car washes, bars, pretty much any W-2 business. If you can walk into it and they have W-2 employees, they qualify. I found the most benefit of our referral partners is actually screenshotting this, printing it out, putting it on their office desk. So when they're day to day in their business and their life and they're looking to, move the needle on ERC, I found this slide to be the most beneficial because when they're walking around and they're just having a bite to eat, we have so many affiliates. I have a 19-year-old that for 3 months, all he did was knock doors, didn't know anything, had a blank slate, didn't have a business, just was open-minded and coachable. I gave him the scripts, the templates, the processes to walk these businesses. And in 90 days, he made $360,000 just walking 10 to 20 businesses a day. Can we put $360,000 in the chat? 19-year-old guys, has no skills, no sales skills, literally just fresh out of dropping out of community college, just didn't want to do community college, just didn't see that school was going to service him. And he walked businesses. And because he printed this out and he looked at it every single day, when he walked, his reticular activating system was completely primed to close these businesses on demand. And all he did was saying, hey, I see that you're a small business owner. I frequent this business. I love this gym. I work out at this gym. My friends work out. My family's worked out at this gym. I just want to know, have you heard of PPP? Yes, I have. Okay, awesome. Did you also claim your ERC? So if they claim PPP, 99% chance they qualify for ERC, guys. Okay, they just can't double dip. And this is just amazing. So when you're out getting a car wash, just guys, make it a part of your life. Don't go out of your way if you have a scalable business and you feel like you can't put a ton of time. Use the power of leverage. Jump on a call with me. I'll show you how to get the most out of your schedule. If you have 10 hours a week for this, 20 hours a week, I'll help you structure a plan where maybe you just connect us to people who have high leverage points. Maybe you have a call center that you're connected to that we can get going in your name. Maybe you know someone who can run ads for this that we could close the deals for, right? So just think about not about the time you don't have for this, but the time you do have for this. Cool. That being said, why partner us? Well, we're like the Rocket Mortgage of ERC. What did Rocket Mortgage do? Do you guys know Dan Gilbert? He increased his net worth from 1 billion to 10 billion. That's quantum, guys. Can we get quantum in the chat? Dan Gilbert, $1 billion 3 years ago. Now he's worth 10 billion. How did he do it? Right? He created a customer experience around an antiquated industry that's very process driven about accepting financial docs from everyday stay-at-home mom and dads who wanted to buy houses. He scaled mortgage lending. He scaled getting mortgages in an industry that is the most saturated industry in financial services besides insurance, guys. Okay. And he literally entered the most saturated market and just completely dominated it. How did he dominate it? Well, technology and amazing white glove customer experience. We train all of our account managers for over 40 hours on very complex customer service language patterns and SOPs to create an emphatic, just an amazing process where our reps are actively listening to your customers, making them feel empowered about getting these docs in. We use high vibrational, high level communication language patterns that don't have business owners live in their survival. We have a quantum team, guys, and they are quantum on the phone. They are just amazing humans, and they will love on your business owners. They will make them feel motivated, inspired, and empowered to get this claim in fast. Okay, so it's an amazing customer experience with just unmatched technological prowess. That is what Rocket Mortgage did in the mortgage lending industry. Can we get quantum in the chat? because that's how you create quantum. You create from possibility, ways of being and emotion around service and contribution, and you create from abundance. You don't create abundance.io. That's why me and my guy, we just are so synced up. That's why we spent 3 hours. We didn't even talk about business. We just talked about quantum level of thinking, quantum meditation, quantum emotions, going on different journeys of transformation. That's why I love my brother Chance. Okay, that being said, we pay the highest commissions, guys. We pay sometimes 2 to 3x. Once you reach scale and you start hitting our highest tiers, we double the industry average. Guys, we also we technically quadruple, because what the other businesses do is they don't tell you that they don't have lockbox authority on the money. They don't tell you that they don't have custodial account. If you go to the top firms, they have 10 pipeline stages. How many pipeline stages? 10 pipeline stages for processing collections. They not only have to process the claim, they then have to build an outbound team to not only call on 1 check, but 6 checks, and hope the business owner answers every single time and gets the commission to you guys. We completely hijacked that whole system and created, like I said earlier, a custodial account where you guys don't have to worry about only making 50%. So I'm not saying that these other companies are lying, but they're lacking integrity, guys. They're saying that you're able to make 20% of the claim at the highest, right? Well, it's actually 10%, because what we're finding is they're only collecting 50% of the invoices, because the business owners are just not wanting to pay up. Once they get the money, they're just like, hey, sue me. Hey, so sorry, I needed this money. I'm just not going to pay you. Hey, can I pay you later when things are a little bit better for me? I already spent the money, right? So you do all this work, you put all this energy in, you put out ads, you spend this money, you take this risk, and then you realize your commission isn't 20%, it's actually 10%, because they can only collect 50, right? So we're not just doubling your commission, we are up to 4 times more cash collected commission in your pocket, guaranteed. We know it, we've tested it, we've seen it, and I'm telling you, you're going to want to jump on board, because you're going to make the most amount of money in the fastest, most efficient way. That being said, we already went through the rapid claim submissions. This is the best part. So one of our board of advisors is a founder of MoonPay, a $3.4 billion valuation company. Now, I don't tell you that to impress you. I want to impress upon you, there's 16 million users inside of MoonPay, and there's tens of thousands of affiliates in MoonPay. So when we architected our customer service process, we built it around actually what MoonPay did to scale out, right? They have a B2C and a B2B. So they're able to work with the business owner, and they're able to work with the affiliate so well with their customer service process. We literally consulted, and we have this advisor that's looking to help us scale up our customer service. As you guys bring in more and more claims, we're going to have the best customer service process, where there's a chat widget. We already have a help center that went live, 200 articles. Can we put 200 in the chat? No ERC company has articles, by the way. No ERC company has articles. We don't only have 10 articles, 20 articles, 50 articles. We have 200 articles on every single possible question that you have, your business owner has. You'll never be in the unknown about what is so when doing this with us. How cool is that? Can we get quantum in the chat? Because I'm a quantum thinker, I'm a quantum implanter, so is Raj, and so are you. You have gifts from God, and it's created from the unknown. It's not created from the predictable. We didn't look at these other companies and predict in how we create customer service. We reinvented from the unknown, from bringing in divine source and energy and love and contribution to our clients. That being said, we have amazing full marketing assets for you, done for you SMS, done for you email, done for you call scripts. We have full marketing assets, and 2 to 4 times a week, we can train your team. You can bring your sales team on, and I will train and develop them. My team will train and develop them. You guys can come on multiple times a week for onboarding calls. We have a total coaching experience that even we're going to potentially partner up with Chance to even scale out a client success team around making sure you guys make millions of dollars in your pocket. Whatever your goal is, whatever the impact you want to create, I want to help 100 businesses, 1,000 businesses, 3,000 businesses. We'll look at the impact goal. We'll look at what contribution you want to make, and then we'll scale back to what the income will equal. And that's how we like to build things on the onboarding calls. That being said, we have a 20-hour course that we built, and that I'm refilming next in 2 weeks on completely amazing red camera production. It's going to be a high quality red camera production. I'm also going to get Chance's support, because he's an absolute gangster in scaling up coaching teams. He has over 100 coaches, Chance, or something like that. And you're doing millions of dollars a month in your coaching business.
We have 150 employees, which include the coaches.
Yeah. I have no ego. Raj has no ego. Daniel has no ego. We're willing to, partner up and scale out that sort of operations to make sure you guys get all of the marketing and sales assets and coaching, training, development, tech, templates to be able to scale up your income. We have tools and automations. We have a white label tool you guys can use where you could put VAs and AI to go outbound for you, so that it's really hands off until you book calls. So we have that process in place where we can come on and build that infrastructure for you. So we're the only ERC company that's going to come in and build out marketing and sales infrastructure, because we want you to make the most amount of money. Most other ERC companies, they're just having you on board, get your link out to all the people you know, churn and burn you, and move on. And they're just looking to just acquire more and more affiliates. And they don't care how much money you make, how much impact you create in the marketplace. And we set out to just completely create a 10-star experience in every part of this business: marketing, sales, operations, and coaching for our referral partners, you beautiful people. We find that our systems can actually help your core business. When you see how good our marketing and sales systems are, you're going to be like, holy cow, I can't believe I'm getting this. I can use this in every business for the perpetuity of life. So worst case scenario, you get an amazing marketing and sales infrastructure for your business to scale 7- and 8-figure offers. Best case scenario, we do a ton of business together. We make millions of dollars together, and we change a lot of lives.
So
That being said,
a couple of things on that, just to add to it, guys. What I want you to start thinking about is, some of you are thinking, well, I'm busy in my agency right now. And like he was talking about, like, as he's talking and he pulled up those different industries, I was making a list of influencers that I know, or people that I know that have connections to a lot of business owners, and then just like getting them in contact with Johnny so he can get them on board and do all of it. And then I just get a referral commission for bringing that giant account on. Like, that's what I'm thinking about right now. And by taking what he's about to show you guys, is you can literally go out there and train an army of affiliates below you that are bringing on all of this business, so that you're just connecting the dots, and then he's just running with it. He said restaurant. I know, I used to work for them. Actually, they own 8 restaurants in Boise, Idaho. They probably have 20 to 30 employees at every single one of those restaurants. Good friends of mine. Just by introducing that one person, they're going to bring on probably 200 employees that are going to need the retention credit. So that's the way I want you guys to start thinking. And that's where a lot of us get trapped as entrepreneurs. Like, wow, there's a lot of information, a lot of great things to put into action, but I don't have the time to do it. Start thinking about the people that do, and the people that have the reach that you want to get to.
And that's amazing that you said that. Thank you for that framing, Chance, because it's not about the time that you don't have, it's the time you do have. This is 15 times larger than any other high ticket offer. There's no reason why you shouldn't make at least $1 to $2 million in the next 18 months while this is still around. Like, what could another $500,000 or $1 million do for your retirement, for the contribution you want to make, for that nonprofit that you always wanted to start, for that real estate portfolio that you know you need to be investing into, that you just don't have the extra income to be able to invest into? Just picture and imagine that you could be a part of an offer that's the easiest offer. Guys, we don't charge anything up front, unless you guys want us to. In cases, we will charge 5% up front if you want to pay out immediately. So we'll give you a percentage of that payout. We'll talk about that on an onboarding call. But a lot of what we do is just really backloaded on all the contingency. So it's really, if you don't want us to charge up front and get a payout and you're okay with waiting, then you're okay with waiting 3 or 4 or 5 months for the money from the IRS, because the IRS is just slow. That's not on us. That's just, they're processing millions of dollars every single day. So it does take 3 to 6 months in some cases to get your money. Now, we do have factoring, in place from, I'm sure Raj covered it before, as I was getting internet connection. But that being said, guys, this is really a contingency offer. Contingency is money. It's money later for us doing the work, right? So we're putting all this effort up front. We're not charging you anything. And if we don't collect, you don't pay. So there's really no, there's no back and forth where you're going to have to really close. Like, there's no, a lot of times when your real estate friends are like, hey, can you make a referral so I can sell a house? Like, to sell $1 million house so you can make $3,000 commission is absolutely ridiculous. The amount of framing and the timing and the cycles on buying a house, this is equivalent to the commission of someone selling a commercial real estate property. And you guys get that with text and email introduction. I've never seen any offer like this where it's so hands off, where you can connect us to people in your network that are literally just have a database. So I want you guys to write this down. Database. What does that mean? Well, we have one guy named Michael Crouch who's launching this week, who has a 250,000 person database that ran ads for Ty Lopez for Pier 1 Imports to buy Pier 1 Imports with an investor list that he ran Facebook ads to build, right? What is he doing? Is he closing deals? Is he spending hours? No. He's using the power of leverage that Chance is talking about and actually just emailing a database. Just think about it, guys. You're a 1 degree separation, whether you're aware of it or not. You're just not resourceful yet, right? Until you see that once you get resourceful and start poking around your network, hey, have you heard of ERC? Are you running ERC? Why or why not? Hey, do you have a database? Do you have a call center or a sales force? I just got off the phone with an insurance company that he just hired 100 salespeople in the last 6 months just to gear up for ERC with us. He's like, dude, I spent the last 6 months hiring people and training them to sell insurance. But what I was doing was just to liquidate the sales team to be able to have them in-house to sell ERC with you because you have the best offer. And I want to scale ERC in 2023. My goal is 20 million in commissions. Okay. So guys, a lot of times you could just introduce me to a Derek that has 100 salespeople already that already is running ERC. They just don't have a superior process. They're an ERC, their affinity to ERC is really high. They're already running the offer. They just don't have a really good commission structure. And all you're doing is just moving them over to us. And what does that take? 5 hours of outbound and resourcefulness, sending 20, 30, 40 messages to your network. You don't want to do that? Fantastic. Jump on an onboarding call with me. I will plug a VA into your system and go outbound from your social media in the most authentic way, in the most non-salesy way. All of our outbound lead specialists are trained in your voice, and we'll teach you how to train them in your own voice. So they're going outbound to your list, booking calls, and all you got to do is book 10-minute demos to say, hey, have you heard of ERC? Here's the pitch deck. You should book a call. You should jump on board with my link. I get a kickback from anything in all transparency. Be transparent, guys. Don't be weird. Don't be creepy. Okay. Just be transparent. I make a kickback off of what you do, and we're helping business owners. It's a win-win-win. It's a win for me, a win for you, and a win for the business owner. So let's help these business owners get these refunds back because CPAs don't know what they're doing. They're dropping the ball on this. You with me? Awesome. Let's tap into your database. Let's send 3 emails this week. Hey, let's tap into your Salesforce, right? I had a guy that's building a call center. It's just costing him $7,000 a month to create 9 agents in Egypt to call Arabic leads. He's getting so resourceful. He's training these guys in Arabic, guys. Right? I speak Arabic, and I was like, that is genius, right? And he's like, he's running Egyptians from Egyptian call centers for $7,000. He's getting 10 to 15 Egyptians only calling Arabic leads. You think anyone speaks Arabic in these ERC companies? There's so many Arabic business owners that own small businesses. And I'm not trying to be a stereotype, and I can stereotype because I am Middle Eastern, and this isn't discriminatory. We own liquor stores and gas stations and hotels. I'm not ashamed of it. That's our businesses. Hotels, gas stations, restaurants. I guarantee you, my Habibis that you're walking into to buy liquor or buy some food, buy a vape, whatever you buy at these liquor stores, it's probably my uncle. It's probably my second cousin. And guess what? Do you think they're going to listen to some white guy that can't speak Arabic when they don't even understand English? A lot of these Arabic business owners and Spanish business owners and Indian business owners and Chinese business owners don't speak English. They just run their business and they dominate their business, their storefront, and they're not going to talk to some American guy that's working for the other top firms. So this is the ultimate quantum resourcefulness, is spending $7,000. It's not a lot of money. $7,000. He could have spent $3,000 and just got 5 agents, got a profit, then scaled up his sales team. So guys, you just have to be resourceful. But if you're not resourceful, you're going to always complain about a lack of resources. That's what Tony Robbins, I had the honor and privilege, guys, no joke. I manifested Tony Robbins' personal assistant into my life. And Tony created me into this intense machine that I am, right? Just being around him, consuming his content, doing meditation, going on my plant medicine journey, traveling to 26 countries, all this stuff made me this like crazy, freaking intense, passionate person that just wants to help everyone. I'm accessing source, I'm accessing God. And, Tony Robbins pushed into me, hey, successful people do not complain about a lack of resources. They don't complain about a lack of time. They don't complain about a lack of salespeople on their team. They don't complain about a lack of not having an email list. They don't complain about not having sales forces, right? All that stuff, right? Repeat that. And what they do complain about is a lack of resourcefulness. So just ask yourself, how can I stop complaining that I don't have the time, energy, money, or the database to be able to launch this? And how can I carve out 5 or 10 hours a week? Let's just start with 3 hours a week and then scale it to 5 and scale it to 10. Once you see the traction, guys, human beings we're momentum machines. Can we put momentum in the chat? What does momentum mean, right? What is momentum? If you took physics class, guys, rho, what is rho? P equals mv. We are all masses, right? Matter, mass times velocity. That's momentum. We are a mass. We are an energy force. That energy force comes from speed. How does speed get created? It's momentum. But before you have velocity, you have to have belief. You have to have certainty. So you don't have to believe it to achieve it. You guys got to where you're at, 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs on this call because you believe the unknown. How many of us can we agree that we had to believe what was not real first in order to have the success that we're at? Can we all agree on that? Right? So I'm asking you to believe that people have made tens of millions of dollars with us. I promise you, you can make tens of millions of dollars this year in ERC and still run an 8-figure business. You know how I know? Our highest paid commissions are going out to 8- and 9-figure business owners. Now, how? Do they have less time or more time than you? Think about it. No, they have less time. You know what they have? They have more resourcefulness. They have an ability to step into the unknown and create from possibility, create from not an emotional point of scarcity, but of abundance, step into their most authentic self, see the possibility of drawing in from the magnetic field what's possible. What is possible in my network? I don't know. What do I got to do? I got to take action and ask, right? So then you get resourceful. So how do you get resourceful? You get in a state of abundance. Can we get abundance in the chat? Guys, if you don't have a state of abundance and you're like, Johnny, this sounds good. You're super passionate. I get that this is for you. I love that for you, Johnny. I love that for some of the affiliates that have a lot of time on the call. Man, that's so great. I love that you're killing it. You seem like an awesome guy that actually really cares and knows his shit. I like this guy, but I don't really have the time, but I don't really have a database, but I don't know how to run ads, but I don't have a sales force. Who cares? You have someone 1 degree separation right now from me. I promise you, there's one person that you could introduce me to tomorrow, not in a week from now, not a month from now, tomorrow. Because when does life happen? Does life happen tomorrow or does it happen now? No, it happens now. And the moment I say now, it's in the past. And the moment I say now, it's in the past. The moment I say now, it's in the past. Life is happening now. It's not happening tomorrow. Don't let this slip by your awareness. This has been around for 2 years and you still haven't made $1 million with this. So ask yourself, do I have to keep going to these webinars? Do I have to keep hearing about ERC? Do I have to keep thinking it's a scam or something weird? Or I have to realize that literally there are TV commercials where people are spending millions of dollars, conglomerates, financial hedge funds are getting behind this now and are running $1 million commercials from other people's money. Hedge funds are so freaking resourceful, so in a state of abundance that they use other people's money to run ads on commercials for millions of dollars to run ERC, and you're doing nothing about it. So this is not an attack on you. I'm just trying to motivate you and inspire you. And if I'm coming off intense or passionate or disempowering anyway, please understand I'm really in my heart. I love you. And even if I don't know you, you are me and I am you. We are one together as a team. And I just am doing this in a declarative tonality because I want it to make an impact on you taking action now, not later. If I come off as really soft and really flowy and just really nice, you're not going to take action. Okay. So I'm getting you to take action because I know this authoritative, intense, passionate, loving self is going to get you to see the opportunity. That being said, 200-person company, $10,000 refund, average of 10,000. Sometimes we hit 15,000, but we like to be conservative. I like to under promise and over deliver like anything in life. $10,000 average refund per employee. The business gets approximately $2 million. Can we get $2 million in the chat, guys? Guys, some of these businesses are making $2 million in 1 year, and they're getting that back in a refund and spending 2 hours with us. 2 hours. You're telling me that there is an offer where people can spend 2 hours and get back $2 million that they don't have to pay back. And all you've got to do is text and email, introduce us. Guys, you just have to text and email, introduce us. This is the greatest offer of all time. I'm not kidding. I've ran 36 different high ticket offers. I've built 7, 8, 9-figure companies. I've never seen the average contract value be 30 or 20,000, 15 to $30,000, which is a text and email introduction. If you can find me an offer where I can make $15,000, where it's a contingency offer, everybody could benefit from it that you're walking outside and running into every day, and that pays out an average contract value of $15,000 to $25,000 with just a text and email introduction with no risk to the business owner, no liability. If you can find me an offer that can do all 4 of those things, I will shut my business down. I will me and Raj will close up ERC together and we'll come and start the business you're talking about. You with me? Guys, this is the greatest offer of all time. It's not a good offer. It is the greatest offer of all time. It's literally free money from the government. It's literally money that the business owner doesn't have to pay back. And just with a text and email introduction, this business gets back $2 million. We charge 25%. We're willing to come down if it's really a price issue. Leave that to us. Don't negotiate price. Stay firm to 25%. We want you to make the most amount of money possible. Okay. And guys, it's a lot of work. 200 people company, it's like average 200 to 300 hours of work. So when we're charging 25%, whether that seems egregious to you or not, guys, no financial accountant can spend, it would take 9 weeks for any CPA to do this. We get this done in 1 to 3 days. We're literally putting 6 people on an account using technological advancement. Do you have any idea how much that costs? We'd like to make a profit, right? Our costs are really, really high. Why? Because we care the most. If we didn't care so much, we could charge a lot less. There are companies who charge 15% and they just don't care. And that's why they can charge 15%, because they don't have infrastructure. They just have a job form that you fill out, and maybe someone calls them in 8 weeks from now. Hey, can you get your docs in? No, dude, who are you? Who's even this? Hey, it's ERC specialist. I don't even remember who you are. I went with some other company that was more hands-on. This is what we're hearing from the customer, guys. They want the hands-on experience. They will pay more for a better experience, guys. People will pay more for more money, guys. And we're able to get the most amount of money. So when they pay a lot, just know the credit is the highest in the industry. We're able to get them the highest credit because we're pulling from ordinances, because we have former IRS employees as consultants. We have former IRS employees that did 15 years of tax credits on the receiving side, on the back end of the IRS. These are real former IRS agents. They are not going to put your business owners at risk. There is no risk of audit when you have someone overlooking an entire file before it gets submitted. We don't submit anything that has audit risk. I just want you guys to know that. But other companies are. They're exaggerating the claim. They're kind of like, hey, we'll just worry about it later. I promise you, with our technological team, our level of integrity, and our former IRS employees on staff, we don't miss. We never miss. Okay. We are so accurate. We get the highest credit with the least amount of risk. That being said, not to get too carried away over and over again, referral partner gets 10% paid out once check received. If factoring is in play here in the next couple of weeks, you guys will get paid out within 30 days, which is exciting. Can we get 30 days in the chat? No ERC company is really paying out $50,000 in 30 days. There's probably like 1 or 2, but they're venture capitalist backed, but they're like, they're doing all kinds of loans, and it's doing things that are really weird for the business owner. And I'm really strongly against that, right? We don't want to create that disempowering experience. $50,000. Can we put 50 G's in the chat, guys? $50,000. $50,000 for a text introduction. Text introduction, guys. You do nothing. Text introduce us, and you have $50,000. If you can find me something, like I said, text introduction, $50,000. Want to get paid faster? We could reduce your commission and do an advancement on the fee. How we kind of, it's like a zero, it's not a zero sum, it's like a zero sum game. There's a payout we have to give an investor, right? So that amount of money that we reduce, we're not trying to cut your commission and disempower you or lower your commission. It's really about paying an investor who is nice enough to pay you out today. Does that make sense? We have to give a little room for the investor to make some money. We got to create win-win-wins. We can't just.
Yeah, just to clarify, like, this doesn't cost you anything. You're not buying into his course, none of that stuff. He's going to get you guys set up for free, and you literally get paid for introducing businesses into ERC together. Like, I'm so freaking excited about this. I've literally been texting Johnny every day. When's it ready? 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 Because, you know, I've done, you know, big lead generation for massive insurance companies, credit repair companies, loan companies that just say big guarantees and it's all systemized and all this crap. And it never is. And it never is. Like, I had attorneys that were buying 2,000 leads from me a month. That's massive. And they couldn't keep their stuff together and couldn't pay it. And it put a lot of risk on me as a business owner, paying so much money to generate these leads, right? So in this case, when you're able to be paid out in 30 days, when the tracking's going in, when you're going to have a high level view on this at every step of the process, it's just going to give you guys like feeling secure, and you guys are going to have your own account rep as well, to where you can be texting and emailing your account rep and make sure that and checking up on the process every step of the way. So I'm really excited about this. I've had a lot of people pitch me on ERC, and just you can see how passionate they are about it. How much time they've really spent on it is just really, really impressive. And he's pointed out a lot of it. It's not him just being biased about his company. Like, I've seen what other people are offering and the payouts and all this stuff. And it's all bad. So I'm excited that you guys are here. And yeah, these guys just want to know how they make money, Johnny. By the way, he was just spent 9 days in Colombia with the man, the myth, the legend, Joe Dispenza, that is like taught Tony Robbins and taught like the biggest movers and shakers on the planet. So you guys are getting a bonus of getting him fresh out of that retreat and a motivational speech along with the ERC program. He's already a fired up individual, but this is Johnny 10X, just so that you guys know.
And that's what I realized. Thank you for that. Guys, when you're accessing source and God, you can appear as overwhelming and too much for people, where very people are very simple oriented and they want process driven. So part of the other side is a double-edged sword, is complexity is the enemy of execution. And so when you make things too complex for people, it can get overwhelming. So I apologize if my personality creates that in the space. I just want you to know when you access God and source, you can be however you want to be. And you're accessing your heart, mind, and your soul connection from God. And people can feel some sort of way about you, but just don't care about what they say. That fear and that judgment is them saying, I want to give you love. I want to help you. I want it to be this way because I'm different from you. All they're saying is their 3D reality and how they grew up, their past create their personality, right? And we all have gifts and we all have barriers. And that's why we all come together. That's why we called it ERC together, because my gifts are your barriers, right? My barriers are your gifts. And that's why the meaning of life is to do things together in passion and love, because we're actually all, I don't care what you believe in, we're all part of source. We're all part of energy. We're all particles and matter that's separated from one and then are coming together as we realize that we're no different from each other. So I have your back. Raj has your back. Daniel has your back. We have God within us, and not to get some weird like theological perspective, but like, guys, you're working with someone who believes in God, who loves people, that loves to give back. And I don't care. Like, that person is going to work on Saturdays to make sure you guys get paid out. That person's going to work till 9 p.m. because they're not doing it for themselves, right? We are high vibrational human beings. And I can't say that's the truth for a lot of ERC companies. I give them love. I give them appreciation. They're helping a lot of business owners. And I love that they're creating that in the space. And at the same time, we're just operating at a completely different level. It's just extraordinary. There's nothing wrong with ordinary. There's nothing bad about it. Once you get into a world of bad and wrong, now you're in the 3D reality of someone's less. We don't create from lack. We create from abundance. Everybody's beautiful the way they are and the way they're not. We just must appreciate each other every single day and work together. So if you guys can trust in me and trust I have your backs, trust that I have your business owners' backs, and understand that God put me on this planet to really, really put people first and profit second and really be there for you. Like, I will spend Saturdays to help you with your core business. I have zero ego. Raj has zero ego. Daniel has zero ego. We will jump on and help you with your core business. I get on all the time when people who aren't ready to launch with ERC. Hey, I don't want to launch ERC right now. I'm really busy. I need help with it. Hey, let me jump on and help you. And 9 times out of 10, because of who I'm being, the impact-driven, abundant human being that doesn't come from a place of lack, judgment, fear, and anxiety, they're like, man, I want to launch ERC now because you helped me have this breakthrough in my business that I didn't see it was possible. So thank you for who you are. And that's why we named it ERC together, because we want you to know we have your back. We have your best interests in mind. We have your business owner's best interests in mind. And we're here for the long haul. We're not just here for a cash grab. We want to create other financial service offers with the same data and create long-lasting relationships with each and every one of you. We want to pour into your life. We want to pour into your family. We want to throw events. We want to give back to charities. We want to get you guys to events. We have a big vision for the Together brand. That's the Together brand that we're building that we'll talk about another time, Chance, together. But that's no pun intended. But that's what we're looking to create here. So how do you get paid? Raj is like, just get to the tiers of commission, bro. We love you, but just get to the tiers. So level 1, 10%. And guys, we wanted to carve out an ability for you to scale up. We are willing to go up to 20, 30% and beyond in terms of total commission payouts to the field. We are willing to beat any ERC company in total payouts, but we start everybody on a prove it to your business owners, not to us. Prove it to your business owners that you care to help them get this refund back, right? Because when it comes down to it, we can't force them to give us the financial docs. We can have all the tech, all the customer service on the world, but at the end of the day, you have the relationship. They want to work with you because they know, like, and trust you. So we need your help. That's where you get paid. It's like, hey, get your docs in. You just send a text, a friendly text. Hey, bro, we're getting these automations from ERC together. It's been 6 weeks, you haven't uploaded your docs. Sometimes you'll have these business owners who are like, I'm so busy with my kids and baseball games and I'll get to it today. And then they'll just never get to it, right? So there's nothing we can do or nothing you can do, but just send a friendly text. Just jump on a quick call with them. Hey, how can I support you? And that's why we start at 10%, because we want you to be able to earn uncapped potential. Can we put uncapped commission in the chat? Uncapped commission. Got to start you at 10, because that's how life is. You build the momentum. You see that it's possible. You start to see your commissions go up and up and up. And guys, we're even willing to go above and beyond. And check this. When you start reaching the higher commissions, you have my word. You get to the 20%, 30%, 40% for your field that we create. I will start to retroactively take like half your commission and get you the retroactive number instead of the old number. What does that mean? I'll get you a higher weighted average on your future commissions just because you're just working with us, sending employees on a consistent basis. If you're sending employees on a consistent basis, we'll give you a higher payout in terms of your commissions. Instead of your tiered commissions, we'll give you that 40% retroactive. How cool is that? That we're willing to do that. Can we get retroactive in the chat? Why am I willing to do that? Well, I just want to get you started. I want you to build the momentum. I want you to see the possibilities. I want you to get traction with this. I want you to fall in love with the process, help the impact, see the scalability of this. And then, wow, you're getting paid out for as if you're at the highest tier from the get-go. How cool is that? Yeah. And then now you're wondering, okay, kickbacks. The biggest question we have, we don't want to create some weird MLM. Okay. There's nothing wrong with MLMs. And I know MLMs are very valuable business models, and they help a lot of people. So nothing negative. We just don't want to face the compliance of not doing this correct. So we don't have 5, 6, 7 levels. So we just want to stay compliant and not make this a network marketing company. I have nothing against network marketing companies. Some of my friends, some of my closest friends are 7, 8, 9-figure entrepreneurs from network marketing. And I love them. And I go speak on their stages all the time. And I talk to their communities. I love network marketing companies. They change people's lives every single day. We are not that. We can't do that. We just don't want to face that compliance. We make too much money on the actual claims process to make this any bit of a multi-level marketing process. Okay. But we recognize that 3 levels, maybe 4 levels, we'll introduce a 4th. So it's not a 5th level MLM. We want to create these levels so you can get kickbacks. Can we get kickbacks in the chat? And guys, be transparent. Don't be weird. Don't be like, hey, you should work with this company, and don't be like inauthentic, dude. I can't see that for you. You're too abundant. You're too loving. You're too resourceful. You care too much about people. Just be transparent. Listen, I'm getting a kickback. It's a win-win-win. I don't have a lot of time, right? You're in my level 2. It's not an MLM. There's no 5 levels. It's nothing weird. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's just they realize, guys, Bob knows Mary. Mary knows Susie. Susie is not on the internet. Susie is never going to see this. She owns a crystal shop in Santa Monica, right? She owns a beautiful crystal shop in Santa Barbara or Santa Monica or Ojai, where Chance is, right? You know Susan Chance. I know you know Susan that owns that crystal shop. She's owned that crystal shop for how many years? 15 years. It makes $250,000 a year. She got crushed during COVID. The California fires crushed her, but you know what she did? She paid her W-2 employees, and you know what she is? She's so vibrational, high vibrational frequency. She's not on the internet. She's never going to know about ERC unless Chance tells Bob and Bob tells Susan. Do you understand now why we have 3 levels at the very least? Do you understand there's so many business owners? They're never, ever going to answer a cold call. They're never going to see a Facebook ad. They're never going to go into their day in life and understand about ERC. If nobody walks in their business and enrolls them in this possibility, they're never going to get that refund back. And guess what? You get to do that because of these commission tiers. Can we get tiers in the chat? That is the benefit of the tiers. You get to help more people. You get to reach people that are unreachable. That's why we have them. We don't have them to create some weird MLM. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So lots of amazing information. These people are wondering how they can sign up and start making money, bro. Let's get into it.
Okay, sounds good. I'll get to it. So this is the tracking. We have amazing. We'll have you do that in your onboarding call. You learn about the tracking. It's amazing. We use the same tracking that Fashion Nova used to bake 500 million in 2021. They paid out influencers like Cardi B like millions of dollars. So it's the best B2P affiliate tracking software. So if you're selling high ticket, we're using that. It's we're white labeling it, and it's the best process possible. So you'll know every stage that your actual business owner's in. So the tracking is just amazing in real time. That being said, the stage is tracked all the way through. You'll be able to see all the stages. We already covered that. And then this is how you can sign up. So is there any way we can give them an Everflow link in the chat to sign up somehow? Is that ready? Raj,
Absolutely.
instead of them
Yeah, I just dropped Chance his own link. And so I don't know if you can drop that one below just for everyone here. That'd be perfect.
And what we could do is make a copy of this presentation and give it to Chance to email out to his team. And then that way, if they want to book an onboarding call with our backend referral partner success team, we have a team called the Referral Partner Success Team. They're put in place to coach you through marketing and sales assets to go outbound. So we have a coaching infrastructure in place, and you could book an onboarding call with them in a group setting. And then you could also come to our weekly group coaching calls. But we want to give you this presentation so you can do your own due diligence with IRS direct links. This is not marketing coming from us. We don't recommend you sending our website as the way to convince your business owner. Send them the IRS amendment timeline. Send them the IRS qualifications. What better source of credibility is this than the horse's mouth, right? This is the IRS's website. We're not convincing the business owner to do this. The IRS is outlining all of it, right? So don't be weird and send them to our website and you're like, you should work with this company, and come from a place of convincing. Come from a place of seeing, hey, what's possible for them on this refund, and just get them the IRS FAQs and let them decide if they want to book a call with our team. Cool?
So yeah, you guys share the link with me. I just share that with them. So when they sign up for that, they become an affiliate with ERC, correct? That's step
ERC
one.
together. Yep.
Yep. So you guys.
Well, we call it a referral partner. We call it a referral partner. It is not an affiliate program. It's a referral partner program. And we do that for very intentional reasons. I know you guys are maybe used to that language, but we're very mindful of language because we want to stay in compliance. We want to make sure that you guys are referral partners. You're not affiliates. And so, yeah, that being said, Tawny, fast actor. Look at Tawny. She's already signed up. Look at that. Less than 1 minute. Awesome, guys. Would love to see you guys sign up. And if you guys ever want me to come on and talk sales or leadership, if you want Raj to ever come on and talk about being a CTO or COO or hiring people and scaling high ticket offers, we're happy to come on and add value to this beautiful community. We love you guys. If you're part of Chance's community, I love Chance. He's my brother for life. And if he loves you guys, I love you too. And I want to help you and help you grow. So I appreciate you letting me rant for the last hour and a half. I appreciate you seeing the breakdowns of my integrity with the time and the internet. I promise you in the future that will not happen. This is not reflective of how we do processing. I don't want to create that in the space. And I appreciate you so much. John, congratulations. Brian, congratulations. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing ERC Together family.
Right on. So let's talk about next steps with these guys. So they fill out this, right? They're going to become a referral partner. What happens after they fill out this link? What are the next steps? How do they start getting out and promoting ERC together?
So next steps, this is exactly what you'll see as you come on in. I'm basically impersonating one of the users we set up as a test, which is myself. You'll see as soon as you come in, either you'll see, click on the offers section on the left here, and you should see the ERC Together referral program right there. If you just an action taken, you get started right away, or you click on is this little get tracking link button on the right, click on the off, and as soon as you click on that, you have your link right here, ready to go. And this actually can send to any of your business owner friends, anyone else who you want to kind of get people to get inside of get submitted for a quiz. Either you can send it to them, or what I actually personally recommend is load this up on your computer, this link right here. And if you have business owners who you think would be fantastic for this, get them on the phone. I should say, hey, cool, I have an opportunity for you for ERC. Hey, I can share some information with you. But hey, I actually want to walk you through this quiz and kind of do it with them. We found that's the most effective way to do it, rather than say, hey, just fill this quiz out in your own time. It's much easier if you actually do it on the phone with them, or maybe even in person with them. But at its basic level, just sending this quiz to them. If you just send this link to them, I'll show you what happens after that. It goes to this. They can get a bit of a background on it. Our new website is actually coming up live this week as well. So they'll see a whole new, fresh revamp of that. And they usually click calculate my refund, go through this quiz right here. And by this point, your tracking link's been cookied on their page. And you guys do the affiliate marketing game. It's all tagged now and assigned to you. As soon as they go through this quiz, that will then be tagged in our system as ready to go, and our team will reach out to them, and that's your hands off. And then you can see exactly what's happening with that lead inside of Everflow. And we'll show you exactly how to use Everflow in a separate onboarding call with our onboarding team. I don't want to complicate things to you for now, but just for now, just know that this is exactly how you get the link to go ahead and actually start promoting this to your list.
Raj, can you kindly show them the claims website? I would love them to see how it looks in real time when a claim is being submitted.
Yeah, absolutely. So as soon as the claim comes in, do you mean the actual where the client can actually submit their documents?
Yeah, pipeline stages. I love that. And then our new site's going to look like this, guys. It's going to be very clean and sleek, kind of like a lending tree or a Rocket Mortgage, super clean website. It's going to be a lot more like this. But this is our SOPs for every payroll software. If they have QuickBooks, it's all outlined for them step by step. They'll never not know what to do. The biggest thing in sales and in business, guys, is a transfer of certainty. Can we get certainty in the chat? Certainty, the transfer of certainty is how you get someone from the current situation to the desired situation, where the bridge and the gap is the actual sales, is the actual product. And guys, this process we found creates the most amount of certainty for people because they're never left uncertain at any moment in the process. And guess what? You also, as a referral partner, are never left uncertain because you could see the pipeline stages in real time.
Right. Okay. So just for clarification, like that, they log in, they get the referral link. They can be running ads straight to that landing page, right? They're going to fill out the quiz. Have you guys already split tested that by just running ads directly?
So if you're going to running ads, that's definitely, it's a great point. Chance, I should have gone through that. So let's say, for example, I'm actually going to pull up Chance's link right here as an example. So Chance, for example, has this. When you go inside here, you'll have your partner referral link if you want to like sign up other affiliates below you, by the way. So this is actually Chance's link that we're sending for you guys. If you're trying to run ads or send it or blast an email list, I'd highly recommend you do this instead. When you have if you have this offer right here, where I need to go back to manage partners. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong page here. Right, a second. There we go. If I come back here, I'm going to come to the links. If you're going to be running this to an email list or an ads, I would highly recommend you click on a redirect link rather than the actual direct link, just because you then go to this link, which actually is not going to be blacklisted or whatever by Facebook. It just takes one person to do it with direct linking to an email list, and then suddenly blasting the email list sees, oh, ERC together, and maybe your other ERC company has done something bad in the past. So hosts look at ERC in a bad light. So actually, just to protect your guys' deliverability, would highly recommend if you're sending this to a mass list of people, just click on the tracking generator rather than clicking on direct link. Just click on redirect link, and this actually will give you the exact link for you guys.
Yeah, and you could, and Raj, to my understanding, you could also use something like URL Genius, things like
exactly.
Bitly.
You can use Bitly and whatever, but then this is just a nice way of almost doing that for you.
Yeah, you also could, embed in an email. You have an embed on a link where you can put, hey, get your refund now, and it's this link embedded, but the words are just get your refund now or claim your ERC refund. And then when they click that, it's using this link.
I would still do it I still would do it with this link just so the email doesn't even have ERC together inside of it. If it's just to a warm list, by all means, use the raw one. But just for your own deliverability, saving that and doing that much more efficiently, I'd use a redirect link.
So
sure.
Next question is, have you guys split tested? Like, because in my mind, I'm thinking, to get people actually to fill out that quiz, I would want to run them to a booking page to get them to book a call and then get on the call with them and walk them through the process. Have you found that running them straight to that quiz, people are filling it out? Have you seen what a cost per conversion is? Like, have you guys tested that at all?
Yeah, we found it depends on the market. If we're doing cold ads, we actually have a lot of success with just a simple lead form with just very, very simple information like number of W-2s, were you in business, just ticking off, are you the business owner? Did you have a decline during COVID, etc. And just with that 3 or 4 questions, that then leads to a salesperson or a team member picking up the phone and calling them. So that's number one. If you can actually have the manpower on the back end, like next most preferential method is same thing, but then pushing them to a book call. And then last method, which I think is the highest cost per conversion, is just to run to the quiz directly on cold traffic. But you're totally right. The actual getting them on the phone, much higher conversion.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to think. I know you guys created the 20-hour course and a lot of material for these guys to go through and get up to speed on to help with better conversions. But just for these guys, just like get going, they're action takers, they understand sales. I was just trying to get them set up with like, hey guys, go start an ad campaign like now, and here's some ways to go about doing it just on the flow, because I do like the Facebook lead forms where they're just leaving their information, and then it's really simple. You can run that right into your lead IFIC and create an automated call directly from there, which I think would crush.
Absolutely.
Fastest way to get started, just book a call with me. I'll personally take the call because I have a whole team that does this with me and Raj. But I'll come in just because you guys are a close community with Chance, my brother. I want to make sure you feel taken care of. please just book a call with me right now, just so that you can get something in the spot. If you plan to hit the ground running here in the next day or two, where you need help with like your email swipe, or you've got people in your network and you want to know how to approach it. You want to maybe figure out how you can make the most amount of money, and you have a commission structure where you want to make the most amount of money and you have 10 people can launch this to their email list, right? Just think about who you have that has the biggest email lists, right? You guys are only 3 emails away from making $250,000 with ERC. 3 emails away, right? So who do you know that has an email list? Who do you know that has a sales team? If you can run ads, are you ready to start running ads? How in your social media network can you just start firing off 20 messages a day, right? Book a call with me. If time is really the issue and you are a resourceful person, you're willing to put in 5 hours a week just to start, I'll show you how to carve out those 5 hours and make the most amount of money possible using the highest leverage points. Okay. So just go ahead and book that link now. I will open up my personal calendar. I don't usually do that, but I will extend that out because Chance is my brother for life. And I want to make sure you guys feel really taken care of.
That's huge, Johnny. I've been trying to get you on a call for 3 weeks. You never gave me this link. Now you're giving it straight out to you guys. So that goes to show how busy this man is and how much he's willing to pour into you guys. Because, I mean, really, this is massive. What's the runtime we got on this until they close down ERC? We got 2 years?
Yeah, we have till September 2024 for a majority of the claim, meaning it's going to really, a lot of it's going to shrink by that date, but there's still more than half of it available until May of 2025. So we have 2 years and 4 months for this, right? And about 18 months to get the largest amount of the credit, because as it works retroactively, you're only able to claim back 3 years from the date, the quarter of the corresponding 3-year retroactive date, meaning like Q1 of 2024, you can no longer claim Q1 of 2021. Does that make sense? Like you have 3 years of statutory limitations to claim that quarter. So as time progresses, the quarters shrink and shrink in terms of the credit available per employee. Okay. So, because remember, it's up to $26,000 per W-2 employee, meaning that's $5,000 flat in 2020. And it's $7,000 per quarter for 2021, meaning there's 3 quarters in 2021. That's 21,000 that they can qualify for 2021 total, 7,000 per quarter per employee. That's 21. 5,000 flat. They made 2020 just a flat number. It wasn't like a per quarter thing. It's just flat. So you can get up to $26,000. That is not to say that we actually get that. We average 10 to 15,000. And when you talk to your potential affiliate, please only say 10. We don't want to create a disempowering effect. Remember, we're all high level, high impact entrepreneurs that care, right? Don't overpromise. Don't say, hey, you can get 26. You can get up to 26. All right. Don't be cheeky. All right. And then to say it's, hey, conservatively, they could do 10,000.
Cool. So we had a couple of questions here. So this is only for the US, correct?
Yes. United States companies only, W-2. Now, this is crazy. A lot of people don't know, a lot of companies don't know that you can actually get huge corporations to do this so long as you can have more than 500 W-2 employees. What is that? Well, if like a mid-market business, like let's say you have a mid-market business, meaning you make I don't know, tens of millions of dollars a year, right? And you have 2,000 employees. A lot of ERC companies don't even know that you can process a 2,000 employee company if and only if you have 400 of those employees are full-time and 1,600 can be part-time. And believe it or not, you can do a 2,000 employee deal as long as the CFO is willing to do it, right? That's when you start to get into those big deals, is the CFO starts to block it, right? Because they're really trying to keep their job. They don't want the CEO to fire them. They think it's too aggressive and they're worried all the time. But get me on the phone with those people. I went to University of Chicago, guys. I'm not saying that to impress you, but I went to the #1 economics school in the world. Okay. I'm a Booth School. I took Booth School business classes with 2 Nobel Prize winners. I studied corporate finance and public policy. I promise you I can run circles around any CFO when it comes to these tax credit things, because they're a CFO, they're not a tax credit consultant. Okay. And they will respect the fact that I went to a top 5 university and know my stuff. Okay. And they will see that as, okay, wow, this guy does know his stuff and I'm willing to do the deal. Okay. And I can also bring on our legal team. I can bring on former IRS employees to that call, no problem. And they will just run circles around that CEO. And by the end of that thing, they'll process the claim. Okay.
Boom.
That
it.
being said, yeah. What is the other question?
Tony asks, like, the bigger companies have done this right now. We should focus on mid-sized and smaller companies.
No, don't create that limitation. There's 300 to 500 employees are millions of dollars. We had a nursing home what was the refund on that nursing home, Raj?
That was 2.3.
2.3. So they had, 400 employees. And, the first question the referral partner said is, hey, I have a lot of smart, and he's from Bangladesh, and he has a lot of smart Indian business owners. And he's like, listen, brown people. He told me that. He's like, brown people. We only do business with other brown people. So you're not getting this deal without me. And I'm like, God bless you. Awesome. Let's do the deal together. So what is it going to take? Well, it's going to take really, can bigger companies get this? That was his block. His big block is the big companies that my friends, they already got this. So he didn't even inquire for a little bit. And I say, hey, don't let that limit you. Reach out, because guess what? High level business owners, what do? They go to country clubs, they golf, right? They go to the gym a lot and they get chatty, because business owners, when they get in their 40s and 50s, they get bored. They want friends. They want more friends. Their kids are out of the house. They're just lonely, right? They want friends. They want to bowl with someone. They want to smoke cigars with someone. And so they start making friends at the gym and the country club. And guess what? They know all the business owners that have 300-400. And guess what? You're not doing that deal if you have the mindset of scarcity. It's a scarce mind that the big companies already did it. In fact, the big companies don't think they need it, so they never did it. What does that mean? Well, they don't think they need the money. So in fact, your level of scarcity will never see that, because those people are so abundant, they don't even know that they can get the money because it's not even in their awareness. CPA doesn't specialize in this. Their CFO doesn't specialize in tax credits. This is a one-time legislation, 208 pages. Do not let your limitations stop you from reaching out, because even if the big company did it, what I hear all the time from referral partners, hey, I reached out to the big dog and he did it. Damn. And I'm like, and what? And that's it. What do you mean that's it? Well, that's it. I asked him and he already did it. Okay, great. Did you ask him if he had 5 friends that didn't do it? So you don't think that someone who believes in something that did it themselves doesn't have 5 friends that didn't do it? That's the difference between me and the everyday affiliate that has limitations. I don't live with my life with limitations. I have a 9-figure guy. How many businesses did our 9-figure referral partner give us through Terrence, Raj? 9-figure business owner.
You're muted, Raj.
Oh, sorry. I think that was about 35 companies.
Okay, guys. So if I had the mindset that the bigger companies already did it, and guys, I got on the phone with the 9-figure person. He said, listen, I already did ERC and all this stuff. Like, how can we do business together? I'm like, and he's like, I had 2 businesses. I don't think I got the max for it. Can you redo the ERC for me? And like the average everyday person that lives their life in scarcity and limitation and doesn't vibrate every day with meditation and understand you're from source, you're from God, would just approach that conversation differently. And they would just say, oh man, you already got your refund. You're so smart, man. There's no business to be had here, bro. Have a nice day. What? Right? And so I said, hey, so what I'm hearing you say, active listening. Can we put active listening in the chat, right? How do you create good experience for people? You active listen. How can I add most value to? This is the framing I say. And I train sales team. This is the framing. Hey, like Zig Ziglar said, Rod, that's his name, Rod. He's worth over $100 million. Okay. And everybody would be scared to talk to someone worth over $100 million. This guy knows his stuff. He already did his ERC claim. What am I going to add value to him? He doesn't care about me. Right. Hey, Rod, I am only as successful as the amount of value that I add to others. That's the first thing I said. The second thing I said, like Zig Ziglar said, anecdote. Like Zig Ziglar said, if I want to get anywhere in life, I have to first help people like you get to where you want to go so that I can get to where I want to go. And then I just shut up and counted to 5 Mississippi and put my phone on mute. What do you think he said? What do you think he said, Chance?
He probably dove right in, bro. He was like, all right,
yeah,
he
said, I like your style. Yeah, I said, I like your style. Let's get after it. How can you help me get a refund on my already existing businesses? Okay, great. So what I'm hearing you say, edification, step 1. This is the quantum selling method that I invented. Step 1 is edification. Hey, I love that you're such an amazing business owner, that you're so on top of your stuff. and you're showing that you're ahead of the curve and you already got your ERC refund. I just want to acknowledge you. Step one, edify, acknowledge it, genuinely acknowledge them. Yeah. Number two, active listening, recreate what they say. What I call is the alchemy of gold, recreate what they say. So what I'm hearing you say, Rod, is that you already got your refund for all your businesses. You're just feeling a little bit of kind of, you feel unresolved about the situation because you have two businesses that you don't feel like you really got the juice from the squeeze. Am I hearing you correctly that you need support with actually wanting to reprocess those claims? Is that correct? He said, yeah, man, damn, you're really good at listening. Third thing I said, okay, great. Thank you for that clarification. Thank them for clarification. They did it. They gave you the gift. What happens when people feel like they gifted you something? They feel a state of abundance. They're in a state of listening. They have their attention and energy to you now. Tie down. Here's the tie down. Step 4, tie down. Okay. So what I could do, or enroll them first and then tie down. So step 3 is actually enroll them first. So let me enroll you in the possibility that I may not be able to get you in the claim, and I'm open to it. I'm open to working on it. It's you can have your cake and eat it too. That's the frame. Okay, you with me? That's the enrollment frame. You can have your cake. So what I'm hearing you say, you want the refund. You want me to redo the refund. Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is you want to get the refund. And what I'm hearing you say is you want to actually make more commission. You see what I did there? Let me clarify. You want to reprocess your claim, and you don't say, but I can't do that. No. So what I'm hearing you say is you want to reprocess your claim. And what I'm really hearing behind that is you want to make a lot more money. Yeah. He didn't actually say that, did he? No, but it's actually what's underneath, isn't it? If you actually listen, hey, I didn't get the most out of my claim. I want more money. Isn't that what he wants? Yeah. Okay. So step 4, tie down. What if I walked you through a scenario where someone in your exact same position was not able to redo their claim and at the same time made 10 times more money than redoing their claim? Would you be open to that? If, like, let's say, how much money did you want to make in your claim? I think I could have got 200 more grand. What if I told you I can pay you $2 million in 6 months with a completely different scenario? Would you be open to it? Yes. Why would you be open to it? I start going deep layers. He said, well, I'd be open to it because it's 10x what I thought I could get from the ERC refund. How are you going to do that? Okay, great. So it sounds like you're open to this new quantum level of thinking, and you're open and you're willing to work with me. He said, yes, I am. What do I have to do? Okay, this is how we're going to make $2 million. You're going to give me every business owner you know, because guess what? You're a high-level business owner that's worth $100 million. How many times did you tell people when you're smoking cigars at the country club to do their ERC? Oh, he's like, oh, Johnny, I told everybody about it. I got back millions of dollars. I was so excited. How many of those do you think actually took action? Man, honestly, most people don't take action, and that's why they're not worth 9 figures like me. That's what he said. He said, most people don't take action, and that's why they're not worth 9 figures like me. Do you hear that? He enrolled himself now. And guess what? Now we got 35 businesses in 3 months, and we're going to pay him millions of dollars. Exactly what we said ended up being what. So if you come from a place of abundance, you meditate, you pray to God, you bring source energy of full expansion and no limitation, you step into your most authentic self and actually put people first and profits second. You listen, you active listen, you create the possibility, you get them to see that you listen, then you tie them down into the opportunity that they want. That is the quantum selling method that I, for years, implemented in sales teams, and it's bulletproof. It works every single time, and it's you can have your cake and you can eat it too. Cool.
Guys, that was a bonus on top of it. He shared that presentation with me that's like 250 freaking PowerPoint slides that he knew I would never read. He just gave you that entire thing in about a 5-minute breakdown. In a 5-minute breakdown. Like, and I